In this 2020 comparison module, we will look at RedMax and how it stacks up against the competition. Disclaimer: pricing and information contained on this module is based on printed and digital media that is publicly available. In this module, we'll take a look at the RedMax RZT Residential Zero Turn Mower and look at the key specifications and how it stacks up to the competition. The first competitor we'll take a look at is Hustler Turf Equipment. The Hustler equivalent to the RedMax RZT Series is the Hustler Raptor. As you can see, the size differential is 42, 48, and 54 on the RZT Series compared to 36, 42, and 52. A little bit larger Kawasaki FR engine is found on the RedMax RZT models. RedMax runs the EZT2200s, where the Raptor runs ZT2100s on the 36 and 42, and 2200s on the 52-inch. A little bit larger fuel capacity at 3.5 gallons compared to 3 gallons. Same ground speed at 6.5 miles per hour. RedMax has a 10-gauge fabricated deck compared to 11-gauge on the Hustler. 3-year consumer warranty on both units. And a little bit better pricing on the RedMax units. The next competitor we'll take a look at are Bad Boy mowers. We'll take a look at two Bad Boy mowers that the RZT series compares to. The first mower we'll take a look at is the Bad Boy MZ. It's a 42-inch offering with two different engine offerings, a Kohler 540cc and a Kohler 726cc. Utilizing the Hydrogear EZT series transmission, a little bit larger fuel capacity, 3.5 gallons compared to 5 gallons on the Bad Boy. RedMax has a faster ground speed at 6.5 miles per hour compared to 6 miles per hour. 3-year consumer warranty on the RedMax RZT series and a 2-year or 200-hour warranty on the Bad Boy MZ series. And if you look at pricing on the 42-inch, we're $100 to $300 cheaper on this model. The next mower we'll take a look at is the Bad Boy MAGNUM series, offered in a 48-inch and a 54-inch cut, running a Kohler Pro 7000 or a Kawasaki FR 651 on the 54-inch. RedMax has a little bit larger engine offerings as far as the series and the horsepower that is offered. Hydrogear EZT on both models. Fuel capacity difference again, 3.5 gallons to 5 gallons on the Bad Boy. Faster ground speed on the RedMax, 6.5 miles per hour compared to 6 miles per hour. RedMax offers a 3-year consumer warranty, where Bad Boy MZ Magnum offers a 2-year or 200-hour warranty. And if you look at pricing, if you look at Kawasaki to Kawasaki, you're $700 to $800 cheaper on those models. The next competitor we'll look at are Gravely mowers. We'll take a look at two Gravely mowers in the comparison to the RedMax RZT series. The first mower we'll take a look at is the Gravely ZT series, offered in a 34 and 42-inch cut, running the Kohler 6600 on those units, 19 horsepower, a little bit larger engine offering on the RedMax RZT series, running the Hydrogear EZT series on both series, 3.5 gallons on the RedMax RZT series compared to 2 gallons, a little bit faster ground speed at 6.5 miles per hour compared to 6 miles per hour, a 10-gauge fabricated deck on the RedMax RZT compared to a 12-gauge stamp deck on the Gravely ZT, 3-year consumer warranty, and you can see the pricing below on the 34 and the 42-inch, where RedMax will come into play a little bit differently at $28.99 on a 42-inch compared to $30.69. The next mower we'll look at is the Gravely ZTRACK series, offered in 42, 52, and 60-inch cuts, running a couple of different engine offerings, the Kohler 7000 and the Kawasaki FR 691. When you look at the engine offerings, model to model, a little bit larger engine offerings on the RZT series, running the Hydrogear EZT series, 3.5 gallons compared to 2.8 gallons as far as fuel capacities. RedMax has a little bit less ground speed, 6.5 miles per hour compared to 7 miles per hour. RedMax is running a little bit thicker deck at 10-gauge fabricated deck compared to 11-gauge fabricated deck. 3-year consumer warranty on both units, and if you look at pricing, substantially cheaper on the RedMax side. We'll look at the RedMax RZT series and how it stacks up against the John Deere mowers. We'll compare the RedMax RZT series to the John Deere ZTRACK 300 series, offered in a 42, 48, and 54-inch cut, running a John Deere V-Twin Intech, running Hydrogear EZT transmissions. RedMax has a little bit larger fuel capacity at 3.5 gallons compared to 2.1 gallons, a little bit less ground speed on the RedMax, 6.5 miles per hour compared to 7 miles per hour on the John Deere, RedMax runs a 10 gauge fabricated deck on the 42, 48, and 54. On the John Deere ZTRACK, you're running a 42-inch stamped deck, 48 to 54 running the 10 gauge fabricated deck. RedMax offers a 3-year consumer warranty. On the John Deere, you're looking at a 2-year or 120-hour warranty. When you compare apples to apples in the 48 and the 54-inch, John Deere has a little bit less as far as pricing on the 48, where RedMax comes in substantially less on the 54-inch. We'll look at the RedMax RZT Series as it compares to the Toro mowers. Take a look at two Toro mowers. The first one we'll look at is a Time Cutter SS, offered in a 42 and 50-inch size, running the Toro V-twin engine, HydroGear EZT 2100s. Fuel capacity difference on this, RedMax offering a 3.5 gallons compared to 3 gallons. A little bit less as far as ground speed goes, 6.5 miles per hour compared to 7 miles per hour. RedMax runs a 10 gauge fabricated deck compared to a 13 gauge stamped deck. 3-year consumer warranty on both units, and you can see the pricing below. The next mower we'll look at is the Time Cutter MX, offered in a 42 and 50-inch cut widths. A couple of different engine offerings, running the Toro V-twins or the Kawasaki FR730s. Running HydroGear EZT 2200 on both units. RedMax has a little bit larger fuel capacity at 3.5 gallons compared to 3 gallons. Toro has a speed advantage at 7 miles per hour compared to 6.5 miles per hour. 10 gauge fabricated deck on both. 3-year consumer warranty. And pricing advantage RedMax. Look at how RedMax stacks up to the Exmark mowers. The RZT Series equivalent in Exmark is the Exmark Quest, offered in a 34 and 42-inch cut, running an Exmark engine, running HydroGear EZT 2100s compared to the RedMax running the 2200s. Fuel capacity advantage RedMax 3.5 gallons compared to 3 gallons. Speed difference of 6.5 miles per hour on the RedMax compared to 5 miles per hour. 10 gauge fabricated deck on both units. 3-year consumer warranty, and advantage RedMax when it comes to pricing. The next manufacturer we'll look at are the Cub Cadet mowers. The equivalent to RedMax RZT Series is the Cub Cadet Ultima ZT1, offered in a 42, 46, and 50-inch cut, running Kohler KT7000s, a Cub Cadet engine, or a Kawasaki FR691 engine, running the HydroGear EZT 2200s on both units, identical 3.5 gallon fuel tanks. Cub Cadet has a little bit faster ground speed at 7 miles per hour compared to 6.5 miles per hour. RedMax runs a 10 gauge fabricated deck on the 42, 48, and 54 units. Cub Cadet is running a 13 gauge stamped steel on the 42 and 11 gauge fabricated on the 46 and 50-inch units. 3-year consumer warranty on both units, and pricing is listed below. The last manufacturer we'll look at are the SCAG mowers. The RedMax RZT equivalent in the SCAG mowers would be the SCAG Liberty Z, offered in 36, 48, 52, and 61-inch cut widths. Running a Kawasaki engine, FRs across the board. When you compare apples to apples, RedMax is running a little bit larger Kawasaki FR engine on the units, a little bit larger horsepower. RedMax runs a HydroGear EZT 2200s. The SCAG Liberty Z will run ZT 2800s and then 3100s on the 61-inch. A little bit larger fuel capacity on the SCAG, 3.5 gallons to 5.5 gallons. A little bit faster ground speed, 6.5 miles per hour compared to 7 miles per hour. 10 gauge fabricated deck on both units. A 3-year consumer warranty on the RedMax RZT Series compared to a 5-year 750-hour on the Liberty Z. When you look at pricing, RedMax is substantially less across the board. This comparison module was brought to you by Engine Warehouse in partnership with RedMax. Thank you for listening.